What up, Detroit? How you doing, cousin? How you feel? How's everything? This is your cousin Reggie Reg, Charles Pugh, CoCo, Foolish on his way, Shiny D, Tafani. What's up, Tafani? We're going to talk to her in a minute. How y'all doing? What's up, CoCo? You looking bland today?
Did you say bland?
I'm not looking bland. I'm looking.
She's looking amazing.
I'm looking grand.
Let's start that over. You look fantabulous.
No, let me do it. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. What's up? What's going on? Welcome. Good morning, world. Good afternoon. Good evening, depending on what you're doing and what's going on when you checking this out. When you listening to us, it's CoCo, Reggie Reg, and Charles Pugh. And we about to do this thing.
And I got a new adjective. You're looking fabulous, darling.
Thank you. And I feel fabulous.
This came out the wrong way, but I love those glasses.
And you look amazing.
Love those glasses.
You look amazing as well. These glasses were $7.99 online.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
$799?
No. It was from the website to say if you
really.
like these, but you can't afford them, then you go over here and get these. So the real designer frames like these cost about $800, but me ordering them from way over there was $8, but it took 8 weeks to get here. But it's okay.
How long did they take to get here though?
Baby, they had to swim them, fly them, tie them to a pigeon.
Come on,
a scarecrow. It took about 8 weeks though.
Amen.
I'm sure 2 seasons had passed by the time they finally got it.
Spring and winter.
Yeah, and I ordered these when the pandemic hit in 2020.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
Amen. Yeah, I got them about 6 months later.
All right.
So this is Grown Folks Talk. It's a Saturday morning, and we're up in here doing our thing.
Yeah.
And talking to Detroit, and we're very excited because
we're talking to the world.
The new network. That's right, Detroit and the world.
Yes.
The world via Detroit.
Hold on, Reggie always give us instructions, so I'm gonna just say
I ain't never gonna forget where I come from.
Hold on, no, we're not saying forget, but Reggie always give us instructions, right? I need you to do this. He'll text you about 4 o'clock in the morning. You up? Listen, sis, I need you to do this. And everything, damn it, he tell us to do, he backpedal and do something else. So, yes, this is where we are, but we all over the world, Reggie.
That's right. What's up to everybody in Australia? Oh, the kangaroos.
Yes, Australia, Austria, everywhere. Yeah, we gonna cover everything.
Liberia,
to the world.
Sierra Leone.
You ain't gonna box me in the hole, pay me in the corner.
Right, that's right.
And I ain't had no coffee or nothing this morning.
She needs some coffee, y'all.
No, I'm
Where
gonna get some.
at?
I'm gonna get some.
Get some coffee, baby.
I'm gonna get some.
So anyway, I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited about this new network, Grown Folks Radio Network, and you know we've come together. Where have we been? People want to know, like, what's going on? Well, Charles, we know where you've been for the past 5.5 years. Welcome home, CoCo.
Nice
what you been up to since the radio days?
How many years you want me to go back? I'm gonna go back to 2020 when everything shifted in the universe. So left the radio station I was at doing talk radio and was thrust into a whole different thing like everybody else. So my world, being an entertainer, went from on stage in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, whatever, to virtually looking at people
on the screen.
On the screen.
Wow.
And it was my hardest transition from going from face to face to virtual was I knew it was a lot of people that I was looking at virtually that was only dressed up from the waist up.
Wow.
That should have made you laugh, though.
And it did.
Right.
But
any accidents?
Listen, so some of my virtual situations were not always comedy. I had to sit in on meetings and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there, and in my head, I'm thinking, she ain't brushed her teeth. In my head. I mean, it wasn't like I could tell, but
you could see the yellow.
No, it wasn't none of that.
She just figured.
But in my mind,
in her spirit,
I know if I get an email and say the meeting started at 9 a.m., I know somebody woke up at 8:45
and just walked right in there
and put that good top on and put that good church wig on.
Come on.
And some lipstick.
Come on.
And just was like, hi, good morning. I'm so-and-so. Yes.
Breath stanking and everything.
But,
wait, hold on.
But who knows?
CoCo, but how did they sound before the Zoom?
And then, what up? How you doing?
Right.
You better sit your ass down and do your homework. I ain't playing with you. Daquan,
right
sit down.
Right there.
And then, listen, hi, good morning. This is Jennifer, and I'm with the state government. And hi, I just want everybody. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? So we're going to go over the plans for the upcoming event. And right now, we're working with about $5 million. And then she had to be what? I told you to sit down.
Sit your
hi,
ass.
yes. How you doing? Hi.
Everybody, mama and grandma used to do that though.
When the bill collectors call.
I like the white voice that my grandma would put on, though.
Listen.
That would crack me up. Because I'm like, Grandma, you don't talk like that when you're not on the phone.
Do it, Charles. Do it.
No, I can't do it. And shout out to Grandma. I love you.
Right.
But Grandma knew how to code switch like nobody's business.
I think the first code switching that we probably witnessed was in our household when either the bill collectors would call.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Or
the people would call from school.
The people would call from school. And it was a deeper code switch when the paper boy knocked on the door to collect his money.
Really?
Yeah.
See, our paper boy was black, so
ours was too.
Grandma looked at him like another one of the grandkids,
But
so
here's
she
the
didn't
thing.
care.
That's what I'm saying. That's another code switch because my mother would go from mama to a gun mall or some kind of. Look, Melvin, I know your daddy. I told you I ain't got no $1.25.
Okay.
You was something else.
Reggie, you know code switching went on it. Every household, and it don't matter where you were from, your ethnicity, code switching went on.
And I feel really bad about how we treated Jehovah's Witnesses in my house when they came to the door.
My auntie,
Like, Grandma was like, all right, everybody get down.
Everybody
but
did
why
that.
do we hide?
Everybody
Like,
did
they
that.
can see us. Like, we was like, okay.
We did that.
But wait,
did that.
the
Why
screen
are we
door was
hiding?
still open. The screen
Right.
door was open.
But for
They know you in there. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
But for
you ain't hiding.
years, I thought they were like bad people because we literally hid from them every time they came to the door. That was the instruction. Like, hide. Like, okay, I don't know why we hiding, but let's go.
Why would we hide? And usually it was a Saturday morning.
Okay.
The music was playing, and the screen door was open. So they
you know
knocking on
somebody
the
home.
door, and you
Right.
didn't jump behind the couch, between the couch and the radiator.
Right. Curtains moving and stuff.
Everything. I'm like,
They know you in there.
they know.
We
But
saw you.
my aunt would always invite me in to do Bible study and stuff. with her.
Amen.
She would, and my mother be like, "Now listen." I'm like, "Okay." Or she send me to the door. Get them people that quarter and tell them. I'm like, "Okay." Well, it was a cigarette loosely hanging out the side of her.
Come on, Mama. Isn't that fascinating how she had whole sentences and that cigarette never fell?
It never fit. And then when I became a cigarette, okay, listen.
Oh, Lord. You
Hold on.
smoked?
I did.
Wow.
I smoked for years, off and on.
Marijuana, right?
No cigarettes.
Oh, my God.
cigarettes.
Why would you smoke cigarettes?
Well, I ain't smoking them now. It ain't like I snatched one up and popped it in my mouth.
Nicotine is the wackest.
Listen.
I hate people that smoke
Reggie, I
cigarettes.
challenge you to find any household where it was not one or two people in that household that smoked.
Especially
My
from
house-
the 70s.
My household.
Okay.
Nobody in my family.
Six-
smokes.
60s
Well,
and 70s.
On either side of the
Well,
family.
I
nobody
smoked. I smoked cigarettes. I done smoked everything. The lights, the slims, the almost, the invisibles. And my goal when I started smoking cigarettes was to be able to hold a cigarette in the corner of my mouth,
My dad could
like
do that.
this, and still talk and have that cigarette go up and down on the side of my mouth like that, and then not have no ash fall. Because some
Right.
seniors would have ash this long on that cigarette, and they would be like, "Listen, I told your ass, I'm listen. You ain't gonna change that oil like that." And they would be talking, and the ash would just be hanging, and then they would thump it. But I had one lady that was close to the family. She would smoke cigarettes and cook.
Ooh.
I didn't eat her food.
Okay, of course.
Right, because the ashes would fall all over the corn and
we
the,
never saw her thump. You
Ever.
know, it was people that smoked in the kitchen, and
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
see them take it and thump
Thump,
it.
yeah.
But I almost called her name, but I never saw her take it and thump it.
So the question
Right.
is, where did those ashes go when they disappeared?
You already know
in
they
the
went in the oatmeal,
greens, in the
You
potato
already know.
salad.
Oh yeah.
The macaroni and cheese.
That might have been one reason why Grandma say you can't eat everybody food. But listen, I'm going one up your mama. My daddy had a cigarette on one side and a toothpick.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Perfectly positioned on the other side of his
Absolutely.
mouth.
Absolutely.
Never fell.
Well, how did he talk?
Bruh.
Talked?
He was so smooth and cool, you wouldn't have known. Like, if you were on the phone with him, you would have had no idea that he had two projectiles
In his
hanging
mouth.
from his lips.
And
A cigarette on the left side, boop, toothpick on the right.
And sometimes they would have a peppermint in the middle.
Well, see, I never saw that.
They have peppermint in the middle.
But my dad was that talented. He could have done it.
So we're doing Grown Folks Radio. This is the all new network here with CoCo, Foolish, Charles Pugh, Reggie Red, Shiny D, Tafani. And I want to ask you this, CoCo, about where you've been. When a lot of people hear the name CoCo, the next thing that most people think about, they associate you with Coco's House of Comedy.
No, they
and those
associate
were the
me
days. So
with the
do you
strippers.
miss those? Do you miss those days with the strippers at Coco's House of Comedy?
No, listen for real. This is on everything I love. When people call me on the phone now, and this is the first thing they say, what CoCo is this?
Which CoCo is this?
I'd be like,
CoCo is this?
yeah, because it's a lot of dancers named CoCo.
Right.
Listen, I done been a whole bunch of places and met a whole bunch of dancers named CoCo.
Okay.
Right.
So they be like,
You right.
I was going through my phone and I got about 3 CoCos. And here, which CoCo is this? I said, this the comedian and the radio personality CoCo. Oh, okay. And they bust out laughing because I know the other 2 is just shit the picture, shake it with your pop.
Hey.
Wop, dop, dop. I know them the other ones. And no disrespect to them.
But CoCo, in my life, in my spirit, I feel so much that you used to be a stripper in your other life.
I was probably a madam.
Because I've watched you.
She was
Like when music came on and nobody was watching, but you didn't know I could see you.
Okay. I still got it.
I'm just saying. Like one cheek, left cheek, right cheek, perfectly coordinated.
You said you danced on the scene, right?
No, I wanted to. My mother would not let me.
Oh.
I was not allowed. But I still, listen, I could go. I done got a little older now. But baby, in my day, I would chat. They be like, watch out for the big girl. I'll be on the roller skates.
Hey.
Okay, here we go. The real quick story. My family.
Is it really quick though?
It's gonna be quick. Well, it may
You
not be
always
quick,
say that,
but
and
it's
it's
gonna be
always like
juicy.
10
It's gonna be
minute story,
juicy. It's
though.
gonna be juicy.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
gonna be salacious. It's for real. So my family was like everybody else's family that had the backyard parties and the cookouts and all that stuff like that. So with that, everybody danced, right?
Okay.
And I had a routine of all the popular songs. So one of my favorite songs was "I Can't Get Next to You" by the Temptations.
Come on.
Right.
I had a whole routine. Dun, 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 dun. I turned the gray sky blue with my hand.
Come on,
and then I
hand.
did the rain with the spirit fingers like
Yes.
this.
I want to.
Come on, Rich. Oh, I can build the castle. I did the whole routine. And the culmination at the end, I would do the splits, right?
Wow. Okay.
Baby, I got so many quarters doing them splits. But as I look back on my life, that was the beginning of my
That's so many quarters.
interaction with prostitution, I believe, because I would get quarters because I did the whole routine was hot and amazing. But when I end with the splits, everybody get that girl a quarter. And if they ain't have a quarter, somebody gave me $1.
Come on.
But I look back, I said, I was a stripper before I was a stripper.
Lord,
So
have
I
mercy.
never really wanted to be a dancer, but I believe in my other life I was a madam.
But CoCo, listen,
Oh, wow.
and you probably were,
Okay.
madam, but we got it. Listen, CoCo's House of Comedy. I don't care. You can shut me up all you want to.
No, go ahead. I'm not gonna
I
shut you
remember those days. I used to go there, but I could never get in. It was packed house. I mean, you had the good food, the good
Yeah,
drinks,
I loved it.
the good comedians.
What you know
You
about
flew
Jefferson?
comedians in all over the world. CoCo's House of Comedy was the deal, and it lasted. You guys were over there, what, 15 years, something like that?
Well, okay, wait, let me.
I mean,
It
lasted longer than a lot of other clubs.
It was a few years. I kind of left the relationship. I left the relationship, but we were there for a while, and it was an amazing spot. People would come from all over the country and come down, and they wanted the chicken wings. They wanted to experience. And the thing that I learned about people when they love you and care about you,
That's right.
and respect you, people would stand in the rain. They would stand in the snow.
Amen.
They would stand out in sweltering temperatures. The line would be wrapped around the building, and people would stand out there.
I
And I
remember that.
never
I remember
took
that.
that for granted. It
Yeah.
would be freezing outside, and I would have on my clothes but some slides or some gym shoes, and would go out there and be talking to them. They're like, "No, go back in the building. It's cold out here. You gotta work. You gonna mess up your throat. Your hair gonna get messed up." But I wanted them to know how much I appreciated them
That's right.
for standing in the snow and the rain and outside in the cold and coming in. Everybody wanted some chicken wings. They wanted some chicken wings from mama in the kitchen.
Right.
They wanted their fries or whatever. So for me and working with everybody that came, Adele Givens, D.L. Hughley, Mike Epps, everybody worked
Harvey
there.
was through there. Didn't Steve come through one
I
time?
think Steve might have came
I
through.
remember that one time he was there.
Yes,
Foolish.
and you could always get in, Reggie. But see, you would be outside politicking because Reggie,
Okay.
Right.
When
I
you
stand
know
in line in
Reggie-
politics.
Right.
he would be
I just stand
outside
in line.
politicking, and then because everybody knew to come all the way around the Club 2000,
Right.
and
right.
come through
And they
that
come
door
through the
and
right,
walk
right,
through.
That's the door I
right,
came
right.
through the back.
Yeah, and when you
I
walk
think
through,
I came through the kitchen. Did it go through the kitchen?
to get to the
Right.
chicken wings.
I remember that. I remember
Yes.
that. I remember that all
Yes.
day. All day.
Okay, that's the way I came
All
in.
day.
Yes, and Reggie knew that was the way.
Yeah, but I wanted to kick it with the people. I'm talking to my cousins in the
I know,
line.
I
I
You know
love
what
the
I'm saying?
people too, but I'm trying to get in and get
get
my
them
chicken
chicken
wings up in the front row.
But,
so it could be close to
I'm just going to say this,
I'm just
CoCo.
saying.
We miss CoCo's House of Comedy. But so now what we're talking about is we're here. We're back together again with this all new network, Grown Folks Radio Network. Again, it's myself, Reggie Reg, CoCo, Foolish, Shawnee D, Charles Pugh, and more to come. And Charles, where have we been? In the past 5.5 years, you were up in a nice place called Bellamy Creek.
Was it nice though?
Well, it wasn't nice, but I tell you this, it was amazing because I talked about how maybe you were going through therapy,
right?
But I was actually getting it. I was coming to see you,
right?
And
I would
were
calm
helping
you
me
down.
Yeah,
I would calm you down,
You would talk him off the edge.
I would talk him while he had 3 toes on the edge. I'm like, don't you put them other 7 toes
like a sloth.
nowhere near that edge, bruh. Back the hell
I'm
up.
coming to see him, CoCo, and
Sit
he's
your ass
behind
down
bars.
and calm down.
It's like I was in jail, but there were no bars. I go up there, he's got bars. It's like in my mind, I'm in jail. I'm dealing with anxiety and this social anxiety, all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
And I'm going up there to talk to my brother who's behind bars.
Yeah. So peace doesn't just show up. Like you got to take it with you.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Wherever you go.
That's a word right now. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Let's contemplate that for just a moment.
You ain't gonna just say that. Just slide there.
Peace doesn't just show up. You have to take it with you. Where if you want it, you got to bring it.
Y'all heard?
Because usually it won't be wherever you go. When you meander someplace, you show up someplace, you end up someplace. However, whatever life circumstances are that takes you wherever you go. If you want peace in that place, you got to bring it with you.
Are you a professional motivational speaker?
No, listen. At some point, you grow and you mature. You learn from mistakes. You learn. Life beats you up along the way, and you can't let that get you down or keep you down. If you want to progress and move forward, you've got to learn those lessons. You've got to understand what God wants for you, and that's the life that you need to be moving toward. You
and I did the Charles Pugh tell-all that everybody's talking about, and in that interview, and I appreciate, thanks for doing that. You said a lot. One thing that touches me that I want to go back to in your time in the state penitentiary. 5.5 years, Bellamy Creek facility. In Ionia, Michigan.
Yes.
You were there 5.5 years, but when I asked you, I said, did that 5.5 years seem like 5.5 years or 10 years or 1 year? You actually said that it felt like about 2 years.
Yeah.
How? So that meant that some may say, well, you were there having a good time instead of rehabbing yourself or whatever.
Who said that? I don't think anybody said that.
Yeah, somebody said
what people? Well,
some people, they talk.
Okay, well, those people.
So, but what I'm saying, 5.5 years turned out to feel like 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
How was that? What made that happen?
Well, it's in your mind. Like life, our lives start in our mind. Like life is how you see it. If everywhere you go, you're finding people who are complaining and hateful people, but it's interesting because there are people who can show up in the same place and find kind people, smart people, people who care, people who are helpful. So, and if everywhere you go, something's wrong with everybody else, boop.
The problem is you.
It might be you, bro.
No, it ain't no might be.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
So
it ain't no might be. So if you the problem.
If you go places and you find people who are smart and funny and kind and helpful and understanding, then maybe that's the energy you're bringing. Maybe that's what you're seeking when you get there. And so that starts with you, though. That starts with self-awareness. That starts with a willingness to be open, with a willingness to change, with a willingness to do the right thing. And when you're not doing the right thing, you got to be self-aware enough to be able to recognize that and change it immediately.
You also said that
own it.
You also said that prison it really didn't do what people think it's supposed to do, and especially for you. You said that you healed yourself before you even went to Ionia.
I mean, prison is not a place for healing. Prison is an opportunity for that if you are willing and able, but you've got to bring that. Like, prison is not set up for that. Prison is set up for punishment. It is not set up for rehabilitation or any kind of growth, any kind of learning from past mistakes. That is a personal decision that you have to be committed to and focused on, or it won't happen, period.
So let me ask a question, because
By the way, prison ain't the only thing I could talk about.
So
Of course.
I'm just saying.
We know that.
Okay.
I
I'm just
just-
letting y'all know.
No, I just want to say this because you said prison is not for rehabilitation. I think the prison system in the United States definitely is not.
It's not designed for
But
that.
when I look
just a
at
business.
the prison system in other countries,
Yeah, absolutely.
how they
different.
in the process of your incarceration, you get therapy, you get counseling,
Yeah.
they teach you work skills and all that stuff like
Absolutely.
that.
Get you ready to do
Because
better when you get out.
It is a multi-billion-dollar industry
That's right.
in the United States.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother thing. Just because we could talk when we talk about many layers of institutionalism,
Right.
that we have been subjected to, that we've learned, that are very necessary. I think yes, prison is one, and there are so many other things that we can get into, but we're going to save that for a
Right.
later,
No doubt. No doubt.
later date.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. I want to ask
Yeah.
a question. This is a question on the table for me. What is dating in 2022? What does dating look like in 2022? What does it
I don't
look
know. I
like?
don't date. I don't believe in dating. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's a stupid word. It's
Okay.
a dumb term.
So let's talk about that.
Dating. What the hell is dating? You meet somebody so you can just have sex and talk
No,
about getting
I'm
married.
just
You're not
asking.
going to get
So
married.
I'm-
What is
but
dating?
See, Reggie,
dating
you're
is the
also,
dumbest.
you
it's-
are
it's-
the least romantic human being on planet Earth.
How would you wouldn't know that?
I'm
There's no way possible for you to know
I'm
that.
just saying, like, I listen to how you talk about,
Just the
Relationships.
term, though, dating is
relationships
just- it
and
sucks.
dating and going out on dates and
I'm not dating.
What
is- the hell does
so
that
I
mean?
don't know. I'm just saying.
So, Reggie, let me ask you
The proper term is courting.
Okay, so let me
We-
ask you another question. Okay, because you want to play nickels and dimes.
Yeah, let's do the nickel and dime.
Okay, we ain't gonna do
Pennies.
that. I'm too
Yeah.
old. I'm too
Every
old.
penny adds up.
I'm too old a cat to get stroked by a kitten. So listen,
Come on.
if you meet a woman that you're attracted to, Reggie,
Mm-hmm.
how do you pursue her short of clubbing her over the head and throwing her over your shoulder?
Right.
How would you attract her interest and spend time with her?
We gotta have a conversation. My thing is about you gotta she has to open her mouth and
after the conversation, after we didn't, I like to teach the world to sing. After we did all that, what is your next step for you? So you didn't had that conversation, but what's the next step for
well,
you?
if the conversation ain't but a certain something or another, it ain't going. Ain't no next step.
We saying is the conversation is matching up.
It went well.
Because you said ain't no
Well,
such thing as dating. So
Well,
what
we
is
was
it?
talking about. I was talking about some guys my age, 50, a little less, a little more, and they talk about how they want younger women and they want
We not
somebody
talking about
28,
that. We not talking
31.
about that. We
I'm
talking
saying,
about-
but right. But my
okay.
point is, I'm 51, and when I was young, I wanted women who were younger than me. Yeah, I'm 51. If you ain't 36, 38, don't come in front of me. That's one thing. That's one point. So that's
so
one
you
little
got the
measure.
audacity to think a 38-year-old want a
I'm
50-year-old?
I'm not gonna take a
just
chance
asking
with anybody
questions.
younger.
I'm just asking. See, I'm playing. I'm just poking
What
the bear
age
right
do you
now.
think the 38-year-old woman would want?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, not
Either
you.
we're
I'm
a match
asking
or
Coco.
we're not.
I'm asking Coco.
Okay, so being around women that are that age,
Yeah.
I'm around women that are that age. My daughter is in that age.
Yeah.
They not really cemented or boxed into a particular age. Is more of a mindset and a attitude.
Right.
Now they're not gonna go like my daughter and her friends not finna go 25 or 30. Well, maybe they might do 30, but it's the mindset, it's the approach, it's the attitude, it's all of those things that factor in. But
Right.
I don't think my daughter would really date, or her friends would date somebody that's over 10 years older than them. He would have to have a very young, energetic, open mind. He can't be that beleaguered old 50-year-old man
Right.
with that sign.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
If he was 65 and he had about $50 million in his pocket, they changed their mind.
Let me
quick.
tell you something. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this because I don't want nobody else to tell this lie. Reggie, let me tell you something. When I was before I became a reformed hoe.
Is there a reformatory school
No,
for that?
it's two types of hoes. It's a repressed hoe
a repressed.
and a reformed hoe.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay,
Got it.
a repressed hoe has always squashed all this stuff that she wanted to do.
Okay.
And she walk around very judgmental. she repressed all that, and one
Yeah.
day it just popped and just burst out.
Boom.
And she did doing all the stuff that she always admonished other people doing.
That's right.
And then it's a reformed hoe. You did some hoish stuff. You got yourself aligned spiritually, mentally, and emotionally.
Come on, alignment.
And now
I
you
know a lot
can
of
move
those.
on. You can move on.
Right.
So you say about the money, Reggie. Let me say this: I have dated cats with a whole bunch of cheese.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I'm talking about the cheese factory, the wax that they wrap the cheese in, and the parking lot that people park in.
Come on.
And they have the same frailties,
Yeah.
and the same insecurities,
Yep.
and the same issues. Matter of fact,
If you're a broke asshole, you're also an asshole if you're rich.
and listen, I dated a cat. I gotta say this right. One of my suitors played for the NBA.
Okay.
All that money, car, jewelry, chain swinging, handlers, the whole. But he was so insecure
Yep.
and so socially delayed.
Yeah.
And one of our biggest issues, and listen, we went to a party together, and our conversation was, we didn't want anybody to know that we were dating. And when I told him that, I said, listen, if we gonna talk and see what's going on,
Right.
we can't let nobody know we dating.
Yeah.
And he was like, huh? I'm supposed to tell you that. I said, well, sir, I'm a boss too.
Right.
In my own right.
Come on.
You know,
Right.
I just be making car parts. You may make the whole car, but I'm
Right.
just saying in my world, this is right.
The car don't move without the steering wheel.
So
Parts is important.
We get to this real big party at this really big venue in Detroit. And I had seen him in his element because I went to some games.
Right.
But he had never really seen me operate in my element.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm hosting this party, I'm doing the thing, and I'm having a ball, and da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. And you know, I'm drinking. Moet was the thing. Back then, I'm drinking and popping. But for every bottle of Moet that somebody bought, every bottle of champagne somebody bought me, I would keep a couple on the table, open and pour them, but I was passing one off. I'm not finna leave out here sloshed up like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, security's with me, everything. He sent one of his folks over there. He said, hey, he want to talk to you.
Uh-oh. You was in trouble.
I said, oh, okay, well, wait a minute. Wait till I get a break, right?
Right.
So he off in the corner standing in the shadows looking who, and I went up to him. I'm like, what's wrong? I mean, you know, everybody in your face and they all over you and everything. What if I want to walk up to you and talk to you? You're 7 feet tall, sir.
Right.
Damn near.
What if I wanted
Okay.
to?
Everybody sees you already.
Yeah.
And if you walked up and had a conversation with me, nobody would say, oh, there's something going on between them.
Right.
But I learned in dating and dealing with him that he had a lot of things that he never really had to deal with because he was always that guy.
Yeah.
So even with all the money and all the gifts and a few of the little trinkets that I still got, but never mind, he had a lot of stuff to do. So money is not everything.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
Coco. But did
It's
you go to the
something-
bank? Did you go to the bank? That's a good story. But did you go to the bank? Did you?
She had her own money.
I wasn't struggling now.
Right.
Let's you
Right.
know, I was doing okay for myself, but the money was present. But my thing was, it was only certain things that I would accept from him.
Right.
Like when it came to gifts and stuff like that, it was there was a cap for me.
So if he said, "I love you, I like you," here go 500,000. Take that to the bank. It's yours. I ain't got you good. You
Well,
wouldn't have accepted
My
that.
old school teachings would have kicked in. What go with this?
Yeah, what are the strings?
What go
Are there
with this?
ropes
You,
attached?
But he's
you-
so small minded. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
But those are the people that will destroy you.
Come
People
on.
that think small.
Right. So Coco, I want to say I've made a shift in terms of dating because I used to be focused on, meeting people through social media.
Okay.
Because you could see their whole life before you met them, right? I think the opposite now. I'd rather meet somebody in person at a coffee shop,
Yeah.
at the grocery store, at the barbershop, wherever, and then go to their social media later and kind of, poke around and see what's what. But I just feel like that, the last, I don't know,
10 years?
10 to 15 years, we've been too focused on the illusion of someone's life on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I mean, TikTok, whatever.
All of that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And we want to be a part. And it's like when you see the life that this person is living,
right.
that all the lights and stuff
that they say they're living.
Yeah, you really think you want to be a part of that. So instead of getting to know them
Right.
in a direct contact, like I want to get to know Reggie and go out to dinner with him and all of that.
Right.
I'm following him on social media,
Right.
and I want to be a part of what he's doing. And then I'm following you on social media. It's easy for me to manipulate and maneuver that situation
Right.
because I'm following you on social media.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a whole nother.
But see,
What do you guys think about celibacy?
everybody-
What about celibacy? What do you guys think about that? What do we? Sex is overrated. What do you think about that, CoCo?
Was that a question or a statement?
I think it was both.
Yeah, I'm directing at CoCo. Sex is overrated. That's what y'all women say all the time. So
Okay, so
I'm gonna go there.
you want to hear
I'm
my
gonna go
story?
there.
You want to hear my story? In July of 2022,
Okay.
from 2017 to July of 2022,
Okay.
thus far I've only had sex one time in the last almost 5 years.
Good for
That's
you.
beautiful.
And
That's beautiful.
so it's like
Is that because you want it that way?
absolutely. I could throw coochie out of both bloomer legs if that's what I wanted to do.
That's right.
Wow.
if that's, I could toss it up like a frisbee. But I need a contact. I need a conversation. I need passion. I need to know
Right.
that you're interested in me. And it's beyond, like you said about dating. If I'm getting to know you and we're going somewhere with this knowledge and we moving in a direction, I need to know, or at least think I know, that there is some compatibility there and there's something there. Because we could be intimate and I never touch you. I could be mentally intimate with you.
That's right.
I could watch you from across the room and be mentally intimate with you,
Right.
and have a whole interaction. But if you don't connect with who I am, and when you touch me, it's not a warm and fuzziness. And even in all relationships and friendships, it's not gonna always be warm and fuzzy.
That's right.
But I have to have a deeper connection beyond sex, because sex is one. And when I say I
So
haven't
it
had
is
sex,
overrated.
so let me say this: when I say I haven't had sex but one time within the last 5 years, I don't use no roses, no tulips, no brooms, socks,
Vibrator,
shoes. Zzz, I don't use none of that.
Okay.
So
Got it.
I don't do none of that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to say, for me, it's something beyond that. And then spiritually,
Yeah.
when you start to share yourself with a bunch of people,
Right.
Yeah.
you find yourself taking on that energy and that,
Yeah.
that
Right.
connection.
You know, my nephew
Right.
said that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
We
true.
we talked about that, and he said that,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a crazy girl.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? He feels like he takes on some of that energy
do.
once she's gone. You know what I'm saying? But so what we're saying is that sex may be overrated,
overrated.
but
Yeah.
intimacy
Very much so.
is underrated.
Oh yeah, that
Sex messes things up. I don't care what y'all say. As important as it is in like a marriage or something like that,
Right.
at the same time, prior to that, all that dating garbage, it destroys.
So where do you put
relationship.
it in the top 10 of important features
About-
of a relationship?
About 6, 7, something.
You talking about sex?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen.
It used to be number one on my
Yeah,
list.
it was number one.
You know,
When I was
in my
22.
20s and 30s.
Yeah, when I was
Af-
22.
after you have dated enough spiritual vampires and
Okay.
after you done dated enough folks that after you have sex with them and okay, fix it. After you've dated and slept with enough folks in your life that after you had sex with them,
Yeah.
you just want to get up and leave. And I'm talking about, I ain't talking about take a shower. I'm talking about
Just go.
put your underwear in your purse, put your clothes on, put your coat on,
Okay.
and leave them in a hotel room.
Then it sounds like this. Me, me,
That was me.
me, me.
Listen, it was a guy. Oh, I wanted him so bad. He was all of that.
Really?
He was all.
I want to see this guy.
Baby, he was all of. He was.
Right.
He was all of that.
Where is he
was-
at these days?
He was here in Atlanta. He moved from here to Atlanta. He in
Okay.
the music
His
business.
name Nate Bell.
Hell, I mean, no. Nate is like a brother to me. Oh
I'm messing
no.
with you.
So this guy was all of that. We had great conversation. We hung out.
Yeah.
It was fun to be. And we did it.
He was bad in bed.
Did it.
No, he was amazing in
Oh,
bed.
wow. Okay.
Oh, listen, I'm talking about
Bells,
listen,
whistles, explosions.
What? The windows was rattling. We was at the such and such hotel right over there on Northwestern
bedboard.
Highway. Baby, listen, all the cover was pulled off the bed and everything. I was panting like a dog. Whew. Whew.
I wish I was a fly on the wall.
No, you won't see that. You wouldn't even look at me the same way. Baby, listen. Listen to me. And
CoCo?
when it was all over, I laid there for a minute. I drank some water. We talked. And I was like, you know what? I'm finna go. He was like, what? I said, I gotta go. He said, you know, the thing, what's wrong was everything was okay. Everything was intact. Wasn't nothing dismembered or severed or nothing.
Right.
I just needed, and I knew he was going to be in town at that hotel. He said, I'm going to be here all weekend. I know what you here doing, all that. But I really put my underwear in my purse
Okay.
and put my clothes on. I ain't washed nothing.
Yeah.
And wrapped my coat around my waist and cinched it and went to the car and left.
Was it
No, you was wrong.
because it was too good and you were going to be addicted to this? You felt like you wanted to manage your need for this man by leaving. Is that what happened?
That was part of it.
Okay.
And the other part was it was overwhelming, like you said. It was just amazingly overwhelming.
Okay.
And then once I finished, I felt so vacant.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
And listen, he was a cutler and come in. He held me, and you know after you had sex, you sweaty and they sweaty, and you sort of suction to him like a fish because both of y'all slimy and sweaty. We was like a Velcro to get, and it was wonderful. He got up and got water, and he wiped my mouth because my mouth I was dry. My mouth was dry. I was sucking on a wash rag, cold water. I was listen.
CoCo, what was the issue? I want to know now.
I felt so vacant afterwards. I felt.
What do you think that was?
I don't know.
Wow.
I felt so like, and he had the conversation, he had the business, he had the money, he had
I'm
everything.
perplexed now.
But when I finished, I laid there for a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, go home. And it was about 2:00 in the morning.
Is it because you didn't feel you deserved that from a man?
Oh no. I felt like I was very deserving or whatever, but I just felt vacant. I felt like this was wonderful and amazing and I was all of that, right?
Yeah.
But it was a disconnect.
I see, with him.
It was like when you have a charger for your phone and you plug it in and then the thing light up and say an hour before fully charged.
Yeah.
And then the thing light up and say, please check connection.
I see.
Go from it. So it was.
But what more were you expecting? A proposal, a ring?
No, it wasn't. I just felt a void and I felt vacant.
Yeah, well, then you got to go.
And in that instance, see, this is the part where people get caught up because everything is so good and great that we ignore those internal feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I could have laid there and stayed there and act like everything was okay.
Yeah.
But I would have not been being fair to me
Right.
or him.
Yeah.
It was just something. It's like if somebody cooks some greens and it's something missing.
Yeah, you can smell it.
It's like it's something. I mean, the greens okay.
Yeah, but
I just don't get the urge to crumble up no cornbread or no farina bread and eat the greens like this.
like the vinegar's missing,
Yeah,
or some red pepper
onions,
flakes. You know what I'm saying? Or
yes.
that turkey leg, or actually, Grandma put a ham hock. But yes,
but it's something missing, and
Right.
they're okay. I mean, they palatable. You could eat them.
yeah, but something's missing.
But it was
I get
something. It was like,
I get it.
take your punk ass home, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go.
Well, that's important to really listen to the inside, because I think a lot of times, when people say, well, what's going on? Like, be aware. Be present. And so people are aware of everything else. They're aware of, the birds, the colors around them, the people around them,
You
but
gotta
they're
pay
not
attention to
aware of what's going on inside.
Self-awareness.
Am I fully comfortable? Do
Yeah.
I feel appreciated? Do I feel like I'm being, taken for granted?
And
Is this person being dismissive? So I
all
think you
of
got to
that.
listen to those things too. Not
And all
just
of those things were present.
the external
but for
things.
me, it was something It might have been, and I can't overthink the process now, but for me, it was a disconnection.
Yeah.
It was, everything was in place in terms of who he was and all of those things, but it was like it was something missing. And I told myself in that moment, because like 5 minutes after I left, he called me on the phone like, "You okay? Did I do something wrong?" I said,
Right.
"No, it has nothing to do with you." And he was like, "Okay." He said, "Well, I'll be here for a while. If you want to come back, I'll be here
Right.
for a few days, blah, blah, blah." He had left a key to the room at the desk and all that. So he said, "I'll be," and I get all that. But had I just ignored that and stayed and continued in that, I would have been dishonest to myself.
Right.
And I've always, when I started working on my self-awareness and my knowledge of who I was and all those things, I would have been being totally dishonest to who I was and who I was seeking to become.
Yeah. And they always say that too, that when you get in some kind of relationship situation, that you've got to come whole. You can't come, incomplete.
Yeah.
And then
All right, enough about that relationship.
I'm not
stuff,
done.
y'all.
And
Damn.
expect that person
Jesus,
to
y'all
complete
making me
you.
feel like
You've got to really
to go find a wife or something.
you've
Shit.
got
Reggie, you don't want no wife.
Y'all
You
just killing me
Reggie,
with that
Reggie,
shit,
you
man.
a caveman. You
Anyway, you should have married the guy. Damn.
Man,
Shit.
for what? And
Just should have. Probably would have been great. Anyway,
wait, hold on. I'm gonna marry somebody that I feel
yeah, you
vacant
should've married-
with.
He probably
Coco,
loved
don't
you
you,
today.
know you can't address everything, Coco.
would've
Some
changed
stuff
better.
you just got to let roll off.
You
Like
right.
Anyway, Mr.
Like
Rayford
water.
Fry is listening right now, so we got to give a shout out to
Amen.
Mr. Rayford
Ducks
Fry.
back.
He loves us. This guy, we didn't have a product, and we walked up to Charles just coming home. He needed some glasses. We went by his place, and hey, Mr. Rayford Fry, and he said, "Hey, wait a minute, Reggie, Charles Pugh, y'all gonna be together."
Why are
Wait,
you doing
take
his
this check
voice like
with you."
that? Rayford does not sound like that.
Like a runaway slave.
Don't Django
like-
him.
that-
Don't.
that's not
Even
what I'm doing,
Django
Rayford.
didn't
That's not-
sound like that.
I was like,
Rayford, that's not what I was doing.
was
So-
Harriet Tubman guiding this
Don't
man?
you then.
Like
Anyway,
I've
Rayford
been
Fry.
walking.
Rayford Fry is a black man. He's a black owned and operated black and white look optical corporation. They are in Detroit, Southfield, and East Point. And you can tell them best, Charles, because you wear his product all the time.
every day.
You're wearing them now. The red ones you have, the
That's right.
black ones you have, they're all from
The brown ones.
Yeah. So I mean, you should like
Listen,
model his glasses.
I've
or
been
something.
shopping with Rayford Fry since about the year 2000. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long time.
Right.
Because Fox 2 is right around the corner. So when I was at Fox 2,
Oh, that's right. Sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
used to go around.
so I used to just roll around the corner, and I liked going to a black owned
Yeah.
and operated optical shop.
Yeah, and he wants us to let everybody know. He said every time y'all speak about what I'm doing, y'all got to say this right here. So he says everybody need to know this. Many of your favorite, that's Shiny D calling. Many of your favorite designer frames are in stock, and most insurance plans
You want to answer
are
that
accepted.
and let me finish doing the
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. Because I'm Shiny D. We are live on the radio.
We're going to start over. The
Saturday
Coco and Charles
morning.
Pugh Show is being brought to you by Mr. Rayford Fry's Black and
Yeah,
White
girl.
black owned and operated
Yeah.
Black and White Look Optical Corporation in Detroit,
Bye, Shiny D.
Southfield, and East Point. Many of your favorite designer frames are in stock, and most insurance plans are accepted.
That's
Yeah,
right.
So you got to check him out. And
Is
so
she on her way? She here?
Shiny, she about to pull up on us. She about to pull up, run
She
up
rolling
on us.
up.
She about to roll up. And then we got to send a very big shout and thank you to a cat by the name of Nate Bell, who believed in
Nate
this
Bell.
project, Grown Folks Radio, the network, for about a year. Actually, I talked to him about it, and we were actually working on a project at another station in Detroit, and that didn't work out. So we were like, hey, let's start putting our own thing together. And this guy, if it weren't for him, I'm telling you, we would not have the product that we have, the 5 stations that we're all planning to put together. The one station we have now, the hip hop station, ReggieRegRadio.com. To come,
Listen,
Coco, you can
so
have
this
your
is a
thing.
sidebar, and I ain't talking to nobody, but whoever listening. How come Reggie got his station first?
Uh-oh.
How come I ain't got my
Wah,
station?
wah, wah, wah. Where's the? Let me. Hold on. Wait, not that one. There it is.
I'm just saying. I ain't listen.
I got the answer for you.
A dog don't bark till you hit it. So I'm just asking the people over here.
On that side of the room.
On this
let me
side,
tell
on the
you
right
why.
to the right.
Yeah, amen.
Beyonce said to the left, I'm looking to the right. How come Reggie got him stationed?
Well,
Go ahead.
By the way,
the answer is because she did not marry that guy that she was just talking about and get his millions so that we could roll out $100 grand and put them all together one time. That's why.
Listen.
Did you ever notice this though? That with that Beyonce to the left song, that she was pointing to the right. Boom!
Oh, she was. Wait a minute, she was. Boom! On the video.
You weren't ready for that one this morning.
Wait a minute, but she was pointing to the right.
Absolutely, she was.
Come on, somebody, because I noticed. I was
She was
looking
going
at
like
her.
this. She
I'm
was-
like, how is she on stage and she pointing with the rest of us?
No, she was.
I'm like,
She was going- she was going-
she's pointing to the right. Oh my God!
Y'all stupid.
I'm just saying.
Not everybody
I
gonna go
noticed
watch
this
that
type of
video.
shit.
Y'all stupid.
You must not know about me. You must, yeah. So, yeah, and took forthcoming, henceforth and coming. Yeah, we gonna kick off all of that.
Yeah. And CoCo, I want you, well, you know her now, but I want you guys to meet a young lady who is a dear friend of mine. I've been knowing her for some years.
Me and Tiffany was
well, can I
kicking.
introduce you to set the damn name? Messed up introduction.
Why she look like Beyonce in that one video though?
No, she looks like Erykah Badu.
With
She
the
does
hat?
not look like Beyonce. This is my co-host, and she helps me. She's been helping me since show one. We've got about 30 shows, and she's been on many of them. This young lady, I can't remember how long we've been knowing each other. We go way, way, way back.
You
and
way older than this sister over here now, Reggie. Listen.
Yes, I'm old enough to be
do
her
go way
grandfather.
back.
Yeah, she was playing hopscotch
Right,
and
exactly.
bottle tops
Yeah,
when you was driving.
I could be her granddaddy.
Shit,
But, yeah. But anyway, she's very talented and she looks just like Erykah Badu. And I always make a big thing out of that because she acts like Erykah Badu and she lives her life like Erykah Badu. She's natural, just a wholesome type of sister. And we got to introduce the world to this young
Women don't
lady.
like when you do that.
When you compare them to other women.
Can I just say this? Because me and this sister was out in the lobby talking. Let me just say this. I want men to understand that. Please understand this. Women do not like when you compare them to other women.
Right.
I'm speaking for a huge population of women. Now I'm not gonna say all, but a huge
Right,
population
not all.
of women don't like when you compare us.
And you know what?
How we
You know what I
look
like?
to
She ain't a
like
part of that
women.
group. And that's why I love her. And she gonna
not
tell you that
listen,
right now.
She not gonna say
That's how
nothing.
well I know her.
Listen, she not gonna
She
say
is not a
nothing.
part of the majority of the women you talking about.
Here's the thing, Reggie.
Every time I say that to her, she says, "Thank you." And
That's
I'm
because she
like,
was raised right. That don't mean she liked
That's
that
what a lot
mess.
of people say when they don't like shit.
Yeah,
they just,
but I
they just
also
look
talk
you in your
about- but
face
listen,
and they lie.
right after I
and
say
they're
you
like,
look-
"Thank you."
Right
in
after
their
I
head, they
say
say, "You
she-
mother."
Right after I tell her she looks like Erykah Badu, the next phrase I say, "Your name is Tiffany," and you break it down. It's Tiffany in slow motion, and it means diamond in the rough. And it's Swahili. It's an African name, and I give you all the praise and credit. Right?
Thank you. Yes.
So CoCo just
And we-
don't know.
and no. Listen, this is a teachable moment, Reggie.
Come on, I'm learning.
I'm not gonna ever be on this side of a microphone and not share some
That's
knowledge
right.
with somebody.
That's right.
Come on,
Okay.
somebody.
Now I owe that to my God.
No doubt.
That when I'm on this side of the mic,
Come on.
No doubt.
I gotta share some. When I'm on the other
Bring it,
side, it's
bring it,
different.
bring
So
it.
here's what I'm saying. As a rule, customarily,
Yeah.
women don't like to be compared
Yeah.
to other women.
I get it.
Okay, now men may find their prowess in that, like, oh, you know what? You look like Idris Elba. Y'all
They
like
always say I
that.
look like John Legend, and when I met John, and interviewed him on the
Hell
radio.
no.
Says that.
Back in the day when
With their
they
eyes
said
closed
when
and
I
their
was
back
young, I looked
turned.
like Prince. Everybody, when I was a kid, when I was
Wow.
22, everybody, I used
Wow.
to tell people, shut up, stop saying that. You look like Prince. Then when I got a little older in my 30s, you look like John Legend. I said, me and John looked at each other on the
Let
radio,
me say
and we said,
this.
no, we don't. No, we
Let
don't.
me
What they
say
talking
this
about?
today.
That's what
Wow.
people say.
In
Wow,
Jesus'
bruh.
name.
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
somebody.
All right.
Amen.
You and John Legend look as much alike as I look like
We just
Marilyn
yellow.
Monroe.
Every yellow boy, they say that. I look like Chico DeBarge. I look like
Hell no.
everybody yellow. All look
Do
alike.
you have a hell no on that
I'm
button?
just telling you what people say. Nah, I don't know.
What?
Men like it. Men like it. Women, we really don't like that comparison thing. We don't. And we
Okay.
will
Anyway,
say-
can we
will say-
can we welcome her officially? Welcome her to the show, everybody.
Yo.
This is y'all make some noise for my girl
See, he
Tiffany.
doing what he
Hello,
don't like
Tiffany.
done.
Tiffany.
Reggie finna get his ass beat on radio.
Tiffany
I'm
in
gonna pull
slow
the belt
motion.
out.
Tiffany, I don't know that we've met.
We have never met.
Get up on that mic, baby. Rock that mic. Love it. Make love to it.
You are so awesome.
Thank you.
I listened to you and Reggie, and y'all sound really good on
Thank
the radio.
you.
You
I
make him sound
appreciate it.
See
better.
how sweet she is.
Oh, thank you.
You give him a conscience, and
I
you
accept that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You balance all that
Yeah,
bullshit.
because sometimes he needs to be balanced.
Come
Wow.
on. Oh, see, I knew our spirits linked up. Shondo, I knew our spirits linked, and it was more than some lip gloss.
Amen.
So
Amen.
Tefani is like Miss Chalet.
Yes,
Michelle- oh, with,
I'll accept that as well.
Talking about
yeah.
Michelle with a
Bruh, there's only one Miss Chalet.
Right,
Don't be
it's
trying
no
to
other-
differentiate.
right, Michelle.
Something in my heart. Yeah. You talking with the soft voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, she talks like Minnie Mouse.
But baby, when she sings though, just saying.
So Tefani, I want to ask you, what do you think about the all new Grown Folks Radio Network with myself and CoCo and Foolish and Shiny D and Charles Pugh and yourself and what we're doing for Detroit and the world? What do you think about what we're doing?
What I think about Grown Folks Radio is I think it's going to bring the Generation X
And Z, right?
and Z,
yeah, Z.
together, because it's a mesh of different personalities. It's a mesh of different ideas and different outlooks on the world. So I think it's going to bind us all together and give us a little bit more awareness of what's going on.
With
Right.
each other.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we kind of go off in our little compartments and don't really,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's why, we invite nephew Mondo, CoCo around.
Absolutely,
Just-
absolutely.
Just
Yeah,
for,
and Mondo,
just,
come on up and say hello to everybody.
just for a different
His
perspective.
nephew Mondo too, y'all. Come on, Mondo, say what up, though. What up, though? Mondo, say what
Get
up,
on,
though.
get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Get on the mic, man, so we can hear you.
Get on the mic. Look.
Yo,
listen.
what's up?
Of course, that's my nephew. He looked right at the camera. We're like, bruh,
ready for the
we're
camera.
on the
Jeez.
radio right
I
now.
wasn't trying to block
Radio.
her. Like, she just got in. That's not fair.
Radio, yellow boy.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, I had to get
Yeah.
this piece. It was a gift from God, I swear.
So his
Just
little
woke up one morning, hey.
with Mondo and diamonds.
I was doing an interview for the radio, and
That's
I walked
right.
in the jewelry store, and
Yeah.
this piece was literally right there. I'm like, yo, that's my name.
Right, your
And this was
name,
a
right.
week before my birthday.
M.O.N.
it's
It was
like,
perfect.
Look at the shirt. You already see I got an
M.O.N.D.O.
army of angels. Hey, QR
Absolutely.
code right there. Take you right to the music video. All right, shameless plug.
Talk about personality.
I love him.
Tefani, you got to give me. I got to ask you a question. Why is it that I can't see to get along? I love him to death, but I can't see. We always fight, me and Charles. What's that all about? Tell me what I need to do to make a better relationship with this guy. right?
I feel
I
like
always wanted to
as
beat him up
brothers,
every
we
day.
should fight. We should never see eye to eye on everything.
Fighting is healthy.
It is.
Because
Can I beat his ass right now?
No,
Bruh.
Reggie. No.
That's
Reggie,
the wrong person to ask.
Sometimes you could be a bit much, so you need somebody to level you out.
Hold on.
Sometimes.
He's a Leo. That's all. That's why it works. Is he
I
Leo?
think you missed what she just said.
Say that again.
There you go.
Say that
Tefani.
again.
I'm sorry.
Say it
Tefani, say it
again.
again. Say it again.
Because he doesn't listen.
I don't.
I said, Reggie, sometimes you can be a bit much
Oh,
to deal
okay.
with.
See,
So you need.
You don't think I know?
allows you to hear stuff
I
like
know
that,
you
Reggie.
know
I know that shit.
But what's funny is you're aware of it. You're aware of it.
Is
we
he, though?
appreciate that.
But that's-
I told
but that's
Coco that was
only
my
somebody
defense
to level
mechanism.
you
Is he?
out.
I
But
told
see-
Coco that's my defense
But
mechanism.
no,
that behavior.
awareness,
I told you
awareness,
that.
knowing. Okay, listen. Knowing the problem exists is only one step.
So I'm halfway
Come
there. then.
on.
I'm
No,
halfway.
no.
you're not.
Knowing the problem exists is one step.
Hey.
If you have not gone into actively fixing and adjusting the problem,
That's right.
then that means living in the problem allows you to continue in your bullshit.
Come on.
That's what that does.
I don't like prescription meds.
We ain't talking about
I don't
medication.
like. I don't like
See, Reggie,
psychologists.
Listen, life and death is in the
Psychiatrist.
power of what you speak out of your mouth.
Right.
Man.
And if I met you when you were 10 years old. Okay?
Come on.
Right.
And I watch you grow into this budding, amazing man that you are.
Bless
but
your
I
heart.
also know in life, if you continue to weigh and stand and step on the things that in your life that need to be fixed, it becomes a crutch.
Yeah.
So if you keep saying, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do so and so, but that's just how I am. And when people say this, when people say this, I walk away from them literally. It is what it is. Because you know when you say
I say it is what it is. You gave me it wasn't prescription, but you told me to take the what you call that? The ashwagandha.
And listen, we are not prescribing medication, but I told him to take ashwagandha because ashwagandha is great for anxiety. But I told him to get the capsules. What did he do? He went and got the gummies.
The gummies,
so
right.
Because they didn't have the capsules. They didn't have it.
Why ask for advice if you're not going to follow?
And
Right.
Tafani,
That's how he does.
But you didn't say that. Listen, they didn't have the capsules.
Reggie, I got
that
the
day.
text. I got the text message. I said,
I told the lady, give me the capsules. She said, oh, we have the gummies.
okay, and then
You
I
didn't
said,
even go back and get advice.
and see, let me tell
You know what? They don't have the capsules. Should I do this?
And
Right,
this what I
right,
this
right.
what I said. This what I said. I said I tried the gummies. The gummies don't work like the capsules.
You said that.
And
She
listen,
said it,
anybody
but
know me know this is how I operate.
But it may not work for you. It may work for me. I want to try it.
Let me finish. I sent you the link from
Right.
the
And I
website
still got
where
it.
you could get the damn capsules.
So
Plain as a
Reggie,
cat's ass. I sent you the link.
So what you got to say about that, Rick?
so Reggie,
Wow.
He likes to operate in his mess. It
That's-
gives him a pass. People, he like to step in the shit and then wipe his feet and put some new shoes on and step in some more shit.
So Reggie, we love you. is
I
what
do
we're
love
saying.
you.
Whatever.
We love you, but that's the source of a lot of
Sometimes
our
I just want
arguments.
to say, fuck all y'all.
Because
I'm not gonna do
no,
this.
you can say that, but you
Yeah, I
don't
can,
listen.
but I'm not.
Listen.
That's part of why
I don't
we
think I'm gonna do
argue
that.
so much.
I mean, I saw we wanted to say that, but I ain't. I'm
Just know this is all coming out of love. Okay.
Right, right.
And if you say that, guess what I'm gonna do? I can put my purse on my shoulder and switch this big, beautiful ass right out that door. And live
just
to
leave them
die.
glasses.
I'll live to die another day. I'll come right back. If the Lord wake me up tomorrow, I'll be right back.
That was so passive aggressive, Reggie. He said, "I want to tell y'all, f y'all."
yeah.
Right. Right.
That was a nice
Right.
backhanded way of
But he
saying
said
it.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all, right? I'm trying to be nice.
So to find, let me ask you a question. Okay, since it's another sister here, so I could talk to you.
Okay.
Earlier we were talking about dating and whatever that consists
oh
of.
Lord.
Reggie, you gotta have estrogen, a lot of it, to be in this conversation right now. Okay, so for you, what does dating mean? What is dating? Or do you date? Or are you married? Do you date?
I'm married.
Okay, so before you got married, or as you see single women now navigate, what is dating in 2022?
Oh, that's a different question than
Yeah,
the first question.
yeah,
That's a much different
yeah.
question.
Let's talk about that.
Dating in 2022 is all about self-pleasing, selfishness,
Okay.
getting what you need out of the relationship.
Okay.
It's different 10 years ago, 20 years ago than it is now.
Okay.
And partially because I think of COVID, it did affect dating.
Oh yeah, that changed everything.
How did it though? Well, you couldn't go out. First of all,
went right. It went.
Right.
It could have went two ways.
Okay.
You could have appreciated yourself more to
I
know
see.
what you want out of the dating world.
Okay.
And then there's some people that got really, really desperate
Okay.
and then just was wild, buck wild, doing everything, dating everyone, every person.
Okay.
So dating in 2022, to me, from my observations, is that people are self-serving in dating
Ooh.
in
So
2022.
do you think with the pandemic, a lot of people found out that the person that they were only seeing a couple days a week, or the person that you dating them, but you see them Wednesday at wherever you out with them, but now maybe this person is now sort of quarantined in your household, and you didn't figured out they smack when they eat, they not as clean as you thought. They got some habits that you don't like. Do you think that affected a lot of relationships? Because they said the numbers for divorce and all that stuff were through the roof during the pandemic.
I think that people realized what it took to actually be in a real relationship. So they were living this covered life of,
Yeah. Being busy kind of clouded the fact that you may not really like this person
Right.
or may not really know this person.
and every time you you have an outlet of going to work, like leaving out and physically driving
you
away.
have some place to go.
Yeah,
Yes.
but now I'm stuck here with you. So now I have to deal with this, and I wasn't prepared to actually deal with this and
wasn't
this
ready.
person right now.
She wasn't ready.
Right.
I appreciate that. I'm
So
just tired of talking about this relationship.
I got a
stuff.
question,
Jesus
Reggie.
Lord.
I got a
Why
question.
are you so down on relationships?
Because he a Donald Downer.
Jesus ain't the Lord, and I'm saying Jesus Lord. Y'all got me going crazy talking about this relationship.
I got a question. Reggie, I got a question for you. Hold on.
We got 30 seconds.
Okay, you listen. You come from radio. You should be able to wrap it up in 30 seconds. Listen, do you think a man and a woman can have a platonic relationship?
Absolutely.
Healthy platonic relationship.
Absolutely. It'll take a lot. It's a challenge. But
Okay.
it can happen, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I did it before. I went 8 months with no sex.
No, I'm not saying sex. No, do you think a male
Okay, I
and
got
female
it. Two
can have
different
a
things. I
healthy
got you. Yes, I do.
relationship?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay.
do. So y'all got to take us out of here. I'm tired. Y'all
Okay,
talk
ladies
me
and
to death
gentlemen,
on
boys
this
and girls, children of all ages, we welcome you to GrownFolksRadio.com. You've been listening to
GrownFolksRadio.fm.
.fm.
Thank you. FM means whatever you want it to mean right now.
Right, I know
You've been
that's
listening to Charles Pugh, Reggie Reg, CoCo, and Tafani. Yes!
Yeehaw! Charles.
Five, four. Wait, I never could do that like Janet Jackson. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control.
Control. I'm in control.
You know how hard that
What up,
was
Cap?
for me to do my
You was supposed to like turn your head.
Oh no, baby.
I had
I'm
fun.
on,
Tafani, say bye something and Charles say something bye. We got
What up,
bye,
though?
bye,
Peace
bye,
Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.
We love you. Good night.